The vast emptiness of space stretched out before the Celestial Voyager, a state-of-the-art exploration vessel designed to push the boundaries of human knowledge. Captain Aria Chen stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the holographic display that showed their current position in the uncharted regions of the Andromeda galaxy. The ship had been traveling for over 2 years, its crew of 35 eager to make new discoveries that would change humanity's understanding of the universe. Aria's second-in-command, Commander Zeke Rodriguez, approached her with a datapad in hand. "Captain, we've detected an anomaly in the nearby star system," he reported, his voice tinged with excitement. "It doesn't match any known natural phenomena." Aria's heart raced as she took the datapad from Zeke. She had been waiting for a moment like this since they left Earth. "What are we looking at, Commander?" Zeke pointed to a series of complex readings on the screen. "It appears to be an artificial structure, Captain. Massive in scale and emitting energy signatures unlike anything we've ever encountered." The captain's eyes widened as she processed the information. "Alert the science team and set a course for the anomaly. We need to investigate this immediately." As the Celestial Voyager changed direction, the crew buzzed with anticipation. Dr. Lyra Novak, the ship's lead xenoarchaeologist, joined Aria and Zeke on the bridge. Her blue eyes sparkled with curiosity as she examined the data. "This is incredible," Lyra breathed. "If these readings are accurate, we could be looking at evidence of an advanced alien civilization." Aria nodded, her mind racing with possibilities. "Let's not jump to conclusions just yet, Doctor. We need to approach this carefully." As they neared the star system, the ship's sensors began to pick up more detailed information about the structure. It was located in orbit around a red dwarf star, its size dwarfing even the largest space stations built by humanity. "Captain, you need to see this," called out Ensign Taro Tanaka from his position at the helm. He brought up a visual of the structure on the main view screen, and a collective gasp echoed through the bridge. The alien megastructure was a breathtaking sight. It resembled a massive, intricate lattice of interconnected cubes and spheres stretching for thousands of kilometers. The surface shimmered with an otherworldly iridescence, reflecting the light of the nearby star in mesmerizing patterns. "It's beautiful," Lyra whispered, her voice filled with awe. Zeke frowned, his military training kicking in. "And potentially dangerous. We should proceed with caution, Captain." Aria agreed, ordering the ship to maintain a safe distance while they conducted initial scans. The science team worked tirelessly, analyzing every bit of data they could gather about the mysterious structure. After hours of intense study, Dr. Novak presented her findings to the captain and senior staff. "Based on our analysis, this structure appears to be millions of years old," she explained, her voice trembling with excitement. "But here's the most intriguing part. It's still active." "Active?" Aria leaned forward, her interest piqued. "What do you mean?" Lyra brought up a series of complex diagrams on the conference room's display. The energy signatures we're detecting suggest that this megastructure is functioning as some sort of massive computational device. In fact, given its quantum nature, it might be the most powerful computer in the known universe. The implications of this discovery were staggering. If they could unlock the secrets of this ancient alien technology, it could revolutionize human society in ways they could scarcely imagine. "Do we have any idea what it's computing?" Zeke asked, his earlier caution giving way to curiosity. Lyra shook her head. "Not yet. The complexity of the calculations is beyond our current understanding. It could be simulating entire universes, for all we know." Aria stood up, her decision made. "We need to get closer. Prepare a team for a reconnaissance mission. I want our best scientists and engineers on this." As the crew prepared for their approach, tensions ran high. The unknown always carried risks, but the potential rewards of this discovery were too great to ignore. Aria selected a team of 5 for the initial expedition. Dr. Novak to lead the scientific investigation, Lieutenant Kira Yoshida, an expert in alien technology, Ensign Marcus Chen, no relation to the captain, a brilliant young engineer, Dr. Elena Petrova, the ship's xenobiologist, and Security Chief Jamal Carter to ensure the team's safety. As they boarded the shuttle that would take them to the megastructure, Lyra couldn't contain her excitement. "This is the moment we've all been waiting for," she said to her teammates. "We're about to make contact with technology built by an ancient alien civilization. This could change everything we know about the universe." The shuttle detached from the Celestial Voyager and made its way towards the massive structure. As they drew closer, the true scale of the megastructure became apparent. It dwarfed their tiny vessel, making them feel insignificant in comparison. "I'm detecting an opening," Lieutenant Yoshida reported from the pilot seat. "It looks like some kind of docking port. Should I attempt to land?" After a moment's hesitation, Lyra nodded. "Proceed, but carefully. We don't know if there are any active defense systems." As they approached the apparent docking area, the team held their breath. To their amazement, a soft blue light emanated from the port, seeming to guide them in. The shuttle landed smoothly, as if the ancient structure had been waiting for them. "Atmosphere readings are stable," Elena reported, checking her instruments. "Gravity is similar to Earth standard. It seems safe to disembark." With a hiss, the shuttle's airlock opened, and the team stepped out onto the alien megastructure. The interior was a vast chamber, its walls lined with pulsating lights and strange, flowing patterns that seemed to shift and change as they watched. "This is incredible," Marcus breathed, his eyes wide as he took in the sight. "The engineering required to build something like this. It's beyond anything we've ever imagined." Lyra nodded, her scientific mind already racing with questions. "Let's split up and gather as much data as we can. Stay in constant communication and don't touch anything without clearing it first." As the team spread out to explore, they discovered that the megastructure seemed to respond to their presence. Holographic displays would flicker to life as they approached, showing complex equations and diagrams that defied easy interpretation. "Dr. Novak, you need to see this," Kira called out, her voice filled with wonder. She stood before a large, pulsating orb that seemed to be the center of the chamber. As Lyra approached, the orb's surface rippled, and a series of symbols appeared. "It's communicating with us," Lyra whispered, her heart pounding. She reached out towards the orb, her hand hovering just above its surface. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out from the orb, enveloping Lyra. She gasped, her eyes going wide as a flood of information poured into her mind. "Dr. Novak!" Jamal shouted, reaching for his weapon. But before he could act, the light faded, and Lyra collapsed to her knees. The team rushed to her side, but she waved them off, her eyes unfocused. "I'm all right," she said, her voice distant. It was communicating, sharing information. As Lyra slowly regained her composure, she began to explain what she had experienced. The megastructure, she revealed, was indeed a massive quantum computer, but its purpose was far grander than they had imagined. "It's a repository," she explained, her voice filled with awe. "A storehouse of knowledge gathered by an ancient race called the Architects. They seeded the universe with these megastructures, each one containing the sum total of their civilizations, knowledge, and discoveries." The implications were staggering. The team had stumbled upon a library of cosmic proportions, containing information that could advance human civilization by millennia. As they continued to explore, guided by the newfound connection between Lyra and the megastructure, they made discovery after discovery. They learned of advanced propulsion systems that could cross galaxies in the blink of an eye, energy sources that could power entire planets indefinitely, and medical technologies that could cure any disease and extend lifespans by centuries. But with each new piece of knowledge came a growing sense of unease. The Architects, it seemed, had vanished long ago, leaving behind only these silent sentinels of their once great civilization. What happened to them? Elena wondered aloud as they pored over the historical records contained within the megastructure. How could a species capable of such incredible feats simply disappear? The answer, when they found it, sent a chill through the entire team. The Architects had not disappeared, but rather had chosen to transcend their physical forms. They had used their advanced technology to upload their consciousness into the very fabric of the universe itself, becoming one with the cosmic tapestry they had spent eons studying. As the team grappled with this revelation, they realized that they now faced a monumental decision. The knowledge contained within the megastructure could propel humanity to heights they had never dreamed possible. But it also presented grave dangers. In the wrong hands, this technology could lead to unimaginable destruction. Back on the Celestial Voyager, Captain Chen listened intently as the away team reported their findings. The weight of responsibility settled heavily on her shoulders as she considered their next move. "We can't keep this to ourselves," Zeke argued. "This discovery belongs to all of humanity. We need to report back to Earth immediately." Aria nodded slowly, but a frown creased her brow. "I agree that we can't keep this secret, but we need to be careful about how we proceed. This kind of knowledge, it could destabilize everything if it's not handled properly." As the debate raged on, Lyra found herself drawn back to the central orb. The connection she had formed with the megastructure whispered to her, hinting at even greater secrets waiting to be uncovered. With trembling hands, she reached out and touched the orb once more. This time, instead of a flood of information, she felt a gentle tug, as if the structure was inviting her deeper into its mysteries. Without fully understanding why, Lyra stepped forward, allowing herself to be enveloped by the shimmering light of the orb. In an instant, her consciousness expanded, connecting not just with the megastructure they had discovered, but with a vast network of similar constructs spread throughout the universe. She saw the rise and fall of countless civilizations, the birth and death of stars, the very fabric of reality itself laid bare before her. And through it all, she sensed the presence of the architects, their transcendent forms woven into the cosmic dance of creation and destruction. As Lyra's mind soared through this new realm of understanding, she realized that humanity stood on the precipice of a new era. The knowledge contained within the megastructure was not just a gift, but a test. Would they use it wisely to elevate themselves and join the cosmic community of transcendent beings? Or would they fall prey to their baser instincts, using this power for short-term gain and ultimately destroying themselves? With a gasp, Lyra found herself back in her physical body, surrounded by her concerned teammates. But she was changed, carrying within her a spark of the cosmic awareness she had briefly touched. "We need to be careful," she warned, her voice carrying a new weight of authority. "This knowledge, it's not just information, it's a responsibility, a burden that we need to be sure we're ready to bear." As the team debated their next move, they were unaware that their discovery had not gone unnoticed. Across the vast expanse of space, other eyes had turned their attention to the awakening megastructure and the tiny human ship that had stumbled upon it. In the darkness between the stars, ancient engines roared to life as slumbering guardians stirred. The humans' actions had set in motion events that would reshape the galaxy, for better or worse. Back on the Celestial Voyager, alarms suddenly blared to life. "Captain," Ensign Tanaka called out, his voice tight with tension. "We're detecting multiple objects approaching at high speed. They're like nothing we've ever seen before." Aria rushed to the bridge, her heart pounding. On the main view screen, she watched as a fleet of sleek, otherworldly ships emerged from what appeared to be tears in the very fabric of space-time. "Hail them," she ordered, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. For a moment, there was silence. Then, a voice unlike anything they had ever heard before filled the bridge. It was at once ancient and new, a chorus of harmonies that seemed to speak directly to their minds. "Children of Earth," the voice intoned, "you stand at the threshold of a great journey. The legacy of the architects is now yours to inherit. But the path ahead is fraught with peril. Are you prepared for the trials that await?" As the crew of the Celestial Voyager struggled to comprehend this new development, they realized that their mission of exploration had become something far greater. They were no longer just discoverers, but ambassadors for all of humanity, facing a test that would determine the future of their entire species. Aria took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders as she prepared to respond. The weight of history pressed down upon her, but she felt a glimmer of hope. This was why they had ventured into the unknown, to push the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. "We are prepared," she replied, her voice ringing with determination. Humanity has long dreamed of this moment, of contact with other intelligent life in the universe. We come in peace and with an open mind, ready to learn and grow. There was a pause, and for a moment Aria feared she had said the wrong thing. Then the alien voice spoke again, this time with a note of approval. "Your words are brave, Captain of Earth, but intentions alone are not enough. You must prove yourselves worthy of the knowledge you have stumbled upon." As if on cue, the megastructure began to pulse with energy, its intricate latticework glowing with an inner light that outshone the nearby star. The away team, still on the structure, reported that new chambers and passageways were opening up, revealing challenges and puzzles of mind-bending complexity. "These are the trials of ascension," the alien voice explained, "set in place by the architects to test those who would follow in their footsteps. You have one planetary rotation to complete them. Succeed, and the knowledge of the architects will be yours to use as you see fit. Fail, and it will be locked away, waiting for another species to prove themselves worthy." With that, the alien ships retreated, taking up positions around the star system. They would watch and wait, but the trials themselves were for humanity alone to face. Aria quickly recalled the away team, knowing that they would need every brilliant mind on board to tackle this challenge. As Lyra and the others returned, they brought with them data crystals containing a fraction of the megastructure's knowledge, a tantalizing glimpse of what awaited them if they could pass the trials. The crew gathered in the ship's main conference room, a sense of urgency permeating the air. Aria looked around at the faces of her crew, scientists, engineers, and explorers, the best and brightest Earth had to offer. She felt a swell of pride and determination. "I won't lie to you," she began, her voice steady. "The task ahead of us is monumental. We're being asked to solve puzzles and challenges created by a civilization millions of years more advanced than our own. But I believe in this crew. We've come farther than any humans before us, and we've done it by working together, by pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible." She paused, letting her words sink in. "This isn't just about us anymore. The choice we make here, the effort we put forth, will shape the future of our entire species. Are we ready to take that step? To prove that humanity is ready to join the galactic community?" A chorus of affirmations filled the room. Despite the enormity of the task ahead, there was an electric sense of excitement. This was the moment they had all dreamed of, the reason they had signed up for a deep space mission in the first place. As they began to analyze the data from the megastructure, the true scale of the challenge became apparent. The trials of ascension were a series of interconnected problems, each one building upon the last. They encompassed every field of science and philosophy, from advanced physics and mathematics to ethical dilemmas that probed the very nature of consciousness and reality. The crew quickly organized into teams, each focusing on a different aspect of the trials. Dr. Novak, with her newfound connection to the megastructure, acted as a bridge between the human scientists and the alien technology, helping to translate concepts that were almost beyond human comprehension. The first trial involved solving a complex quantum equation that seemed to defy the laws of physics as they understood them. Dr. Elias Cowrie, the ship's theoretical physicist, led a team in tackling this challenge. They worked tirelessly, their minds stretched to the limit, as they grappled with concepts that pushed the boundaries of human understanding. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Yoshida and Ensign Chen focused on deciphering the alien language and symbols that appeared throughout the trials. They discovered that the language itself was a form of mathematical expression, each symbol containing layers of meaning that shifted based on context. As the hours ticked by, the crew made progress, but it was slow and hard-won. Each solved puzzle only revealed more complex challenges. The strain began to show on their faces, dark circles forming under their eyes as they pushed themselves to their mental and physical limits. Halfway through their allotted time, they hit a roadblock. The next trial presented them with a moral dilemma that seemed to have no right answer. It posed a scenario where the survival of one civilization came at the cost of another's destruction. The crew debated fiercely, their discussions touching on philosophy, ethics, and the very nature of existence. Captain Chen watched her crew with a mixture of pride and concern. They were giving everything they had, but would it be enough? As she pondered their next move, she felt a strange sensation, as if the ship itself was trying to communicate with her. Following her instincts, Aria made her way to the engine room. There, she found Chief Engineer Yuki Tanaka staring at the warp core with a puzzled expression. "Captain," Yuki said as Aria approached, "something strange is happening. The core is resonating with the megastructure. It's like they're talking to each other." Aria's eyes widened as she realized the implications. "The ship," she breathed. "It's part of the trial too. We're not just being tested on our knowledge, but on how we apply it." This revelation sparked a new approach. Instead of trying to solve each trial individually, the crew began to look at them as interconnected parts of a larger whole. They started integrating their ship systems with the puzzles, using the Celestial Voyager itself as a tool to unravel the mysteries of the megastructure. As they delved deeper into the trials, the line between the ship and the alien technology began to blur. Strange new configurations appeared in the Voyager's systems, enhancing its capabilities beyond anything they had thought possible. With only hours left, the crew faced the final and most daunting trial. It required them to simulate the creation and evolution of a universe, from the initial singularity to the development of intelligent life. It was a task that seemed impossible given their time constraint and current level of technology. But as they worked, something extraordinary began to happen. The knowledge they had gained from the previous trials started to coalesce, forming new neural pathways in their minds. Ideas flowed freely, connections were made that would have been inconceivable just days before. Dr. Novak, her consciousness still linked to the megastructure, acted as a conduit for this flood of information. Through her, the crew began to access deeper levels of understanding, tapping into the vast reservoir of knowledge left behind by the architects. With minutes to spare, they completed the simulation. The holographic display in the center of the bridge erupted into a dazzling spectacle of cosmic creation. Galaxies swirled into existence, stars were born and died, and on a tiny blue planet circling an unremarkable yellow star, life emerged and evolved. As the last seconds ticked away, the simulation zoomed in on this planet, showing a species taking its first steps into space, reaching out to the stars with hope and curiosity. The crew of the Celestial Voyager watched in awe, recognizing their own journey reflected in this simulated civilization. The moment the simulation ended, the ship was bathed in a soft golden light. The alien voice returned, this time filled with warmth and approval. "You have succeeded, children of Earth," it announced. "You have proven yourselves worthy of the architect's legacy. The knowledge of the cosmos is now yours to explore and expand upon." A wave of jubilation swept through the ship. Crew members hugged each other, laughed, and cried tears of joy and relief. They had done it. They had passed the trials of ascension. But even as they celebrated, they knew that this was just the beginning. The real challenge lay ahead: how to use this vast repository of knowledge responsibly for the betterment of humanity and the universe at large. Captain Chen called for quiet, her face serious despite the joy of their success. "We've been given an incredible gift," she said, her voice carrying throughout the ship. "But with it comes an enormous responsibility. The choices we make from here on out will shape the future of our entire species, and perhaps the fate of the galaxy itself." As if in response to her words, new information began to flow into the ship's computers. Star charts of unimaginable detail, scientific theories that unified physics in ways they had never dreamed possible, and histories of countless alien civilizations, some that had risen to greatness, others that had fallen into ruin. Dr. Novak, her eyes glowing with an inner light, stepped forward. "Captain," she said, her voice resonating with newfound wisdom, "I think I understand now. The architects didn't just leave us knowledge. They left us a choice." She waved her hand, and a holographic display appeared, showing multiple timelines branching out from this moment. In some, humanity used its new knowledge to spread throughout the galaxy, ushering in an era of peace and enlightenment. In others, the power proved too much, leading to war and destruction on an unimaginable scale. We stand at a crossroads, Lyra continued. The path we choose will determine not just our fate, but the fate of countless other species across the universe. The weight of this revelation settled over the crew. They had succeeded in their mission beyond their wildest dreams, but now they faced a decision that would echo through eternity. Aria took a deep breath, her mind racing as she considered their options. They could return to Earth immediately, sharing their discovery with the world. But would humanity be ready for such advanced knowledge? Could they trust their leaders to use it wisely? Alternatively, they could keep the discovery secret, using their newfound knowledge to guide humanity's development from the shadows. But that path was fraught with its own dangers, not least the moral implications of withholding such important information from the rest of their species. There was a third option, one that Aria found herself increasingly drawn to. They could use the megastructure's technology to send a message to Earth, preparing humanity for what was to come. They could share the knowledge gradually, allowing their civilization to grow and mature at a pace that wouldn't lead to self-destruction. As she pondered these choices, Aria realized that this too was part of the trial. The architects hadn't just been testing their intelligence or problem-solving skills. They had been preparing humanity for the burdens and responsibilities that came with advanced knowledge. "We need to make a decision," Aria announced to her crew. "But it's not a decision I can make alone. We're in this together, and together, we'll choose the path forward for humanity." The crew of the Celestial Voyager gathered on the bridge, each person feeling the weight of history on their shoulders. They had set out on a mission of exploration and discovery, never imagining that they would become the custodians of humanity's future. As they debated their options, the alien ships that had been observing them moved closer. The voice of their representative echoed through the ship once more. "Your trial is not yet complete, children of Earth," it said. "The choice you make now will determine whether you are truly ready to join the galactic community. Choose wisely, for the consequences of your decision will ripple across the cosmos." With these words hanging in the air, Captain Chen looked at her crew. In their eyes, she saw fear and uncertainty, but also determination and hope. Whatever they decided, they would face the future together. As they prepared to make their choice, the Celestial Voyager hung in space beside the ancient megastructure, a tiny vessel poised between the past and the future, carrying within it the potential to reshape the destiny of an entire species. The fate of humanity, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rested in their hands. The greatest adventure of all was just beginning.